Hey, Scorpio, intuitive soul coach here with your June 2023 love and family reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. I love this energy showing up for you, Scorpio. Now you have here in the recent past, you have the owl. This is all about you getting clarity when it comes to matters of the heart. So if there was a relationship that maybe was a little bit challenging, or for some of you, perhaps you were single, what's happening here is you are switching up your routine. You're switching up the way that you do something here. I also sense a lot of you may have been meditating. Now, it doesn't mean that you're sitting on, a chair in the OM position meditating. A lot of you are doing walking meditations. You may be getting out in nature, clearing your thoughts, clearing your mind, inviting in messages from the divine through the crown chakra. And I am getting nature for a lot of you. And I also see here, they're giving me a bag of bird feed. So some of you may have just filled your bird feeders, or maybe you've created or made some hummingbird feed, or you just bought bird seed on your way home from work. Please take it as it resonates. It could also be symbolic for planting new seeds as well, which we have showing up in the month of June. You have the eggs card. This is all about fresh starts, fresh new beginnings, whether it is solidifying foundations that you've already started, new friendships. It could be strengthening them. It could be bringing in a soulmate or a soul tribe. I'm just getting that there's going to be a lot of happy memories for you in the month of June that are created and that are made. I'm also getting long-standing friendships or even relationships that you are wanting on a romantic level. Because in the near future, you have the knotted rope. This is all about lasting commitments, right? This is not just a reason or a season, but it's a lifetime. So the relationships that you are strengthening in the month of June, or the new ones entering into your world, Scorpio, are going to withstand the test of time. You may even find yourself reconnecting with an old friend that you haven't talked to for whether it's 5 weeks, 5 months, 5 years, and you just catch up where you left off. Sometimes those are the best type of relationships here, best type of friendships. I do sense for others of you, if you are in a relationship currently, that this is a relationship that can withstand the test of time if you are wanting to strengthen that bond. Because sometimes the rope here, ropes can be very solid, very secure, right? It's not just a string, it's a rope. So there could be a relationship you are in or entering in that is going to bring security, that's going to bring strength. I'm also getting for better or for worse. So possibly even marriage, or it's about you going through the trials and tribulations, the ups and downs together. So I'm also getting companion animal, which has been showing up often. So a lot of you may be thinking of maybe adopting a pet, or you may have pets at home. I'm getting here that some of you may have a pet who has babies as well. Please take that as it resonates. Excuse me. You may even see baby animals in your backyard. For example, maybe there's a baby owl in the tree, or you find a nest with eggs, because I'm getting here the energy of new beginnings, new life. So being able to see these things, not just as opportunities showing up for you in matters of the heart, but you're going to see this energy alive all around you, Scorpio, is what I'm feeling. Let's dive into your energy and take a look at the heart of the matter. What is the main energy for Scorpio in the month of June? Oh, beautiful. You have the third eye chakra showing up with the high priestess. Wow. A lot of you Scorpios are highly, highly intuitive. And this is a month that you may be focusing and manifesting, because what's happening is you have a vision. You're raising your vibrations to match the energy of what it is that you want to receive. So really powerful. Listen, pay attention to the signs, the symbols, the synchronicities, the world around you. You can do this by, like I said, getting out in nature, walking meditations, journaling, I feel like there's a lot of clarity coming in because your intuition here is your best friend. Your higher self is that higher version of you, and you're paying attention and you're showing up for yourself. And I feel like you can see the vibration that's emanating from her here. So whatever it is you wanted, it wouldn't surprise me to see that 9 of Cups showing up, possibly 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, maybe even the Sun card, because this is a really high vibration that you're putting out into the universe here, Scorpio. So if you've been wanting a fresh start with someone that you had a falling out with, for others of you, if you've been wanting to attract someone that's going to withstand the test of time, or if there's been some deep-seated healing, you have clarity going into the month of June. So pay attention because your intuition is trying to get your attention, which is interesting because if you haven't already checked out the collective reading that was put out last Saturday, I'll link the collective readings in the description box below. But the theme was your intuition is trying to get your attention. So if you haven't already checked that out, you may want to do so if that resonates with you. All right, Scorpio, what do we have here? Okay, what do we have here for the challenge? They're giving me a name here. Okay, is this a last name? Lynch? Lynch? That could be a last name, a street name. Maybe it's a place, a location. Please take that as it resonates. Lynch. I don't even know how to, the spelling. I'm hearing it here. Lynch. All right. I mean, maybe it's in a different language. I'm not quite sure. Let's take a look at the challenge here for Scorpio and how we can help you navigate through the challenge. What is it for you? The eight of wands, excuse me, 8 of Wands, success and growth. So the challenge for you can be about overcoming any sort of miscommunications, any sort of delays that have stunted or hindered your growth and success. I am feeling that there is going to be communication for you. It could be more so in the middle to end of June. But the challenge for you is to trust the messages as well. I'm getting here 2 different scenarios here. So the challenge is trusting that you are receiving messages and they're actually happening quite quickly. They really are with the High Priestess, because the 8 of Wands is the second fastest moving energy after the Chariot, right? It's boom, it's quick. And so I do feel here that there's going to be messages that come to you. There's also telepathy happening here. Someone calls and you may already know who it is. You may have someone on your mind because they're thinking about you as well. Because again, this vibration is reaching out on all different levels. You may start to think of something and then boom, it shows up and it appears. That's what June is going to look like for you, Scorpio. So pay attention. You have this heightened sense of awareness where you don't really even need to put too much out there. And the challenge here can be trusting that the messages, again, that you're receiving are divinely inspired. For others of you, there could be you wanting to move forward, you wanting success and growth, you wanting to communicate, but something may feel stalled, stuck, or stagnant because egos get mixed up in the mix, right? They play a part into that where energetically you may feel a lot of love for a person. It could be your family members, your mother, be a child, a friend. There could be love there, but because sometimes egos get caught up in the way, or because we put walls up, we don't always want to listen or make the first move, right? So I feel like that could be a challenge for you this month, but I do see things panning out for the better, because I'm getting here that there's smooth sailing. Something may actually turn out better than expected, as long as you trust that intuition here. All right, let's take a look and see what is in your foundation, Scorpio. What is below you? What's in the deep, deep past? What are you built upon? All right, what do we have here for Scorpio? Believe and succeed. I love it. So you have now the 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands is one of my favorites. This is all about success, accomplishment, achievement. It is about, being seen and being heard. It's a two-way street here. That's what you strive for. That's what we all strive for in relationships. But there has been some challenges and struggles when it comes to maybe feeling like you failed. You failed at this relationship. That situation failed or took a turn for the worst. I'm also sensing that maybe you felt overlooked. There could have been shame, humiliation. You have this built-in energy to succeed, right? This is in your foundation. And sometimes when we have these things in our foundation, the challenging aspect of this energy shows up more often than not in our worlds. So again, you may have felt overlooked as a child, right? You may have been told children should be seen and not heard, or maybe you were told to go off and play. Maybe someone didn't have that emotional, mental, physical, or spiritual capacity to help you evolve and to help you grow in the best way possible. And you had to venture off on your own. And I feel like you have this built-in ability to strive, to stand tall. And it's also brought about an independence. But for some of you, it can also bring about a sense of stubbornness at times. And it comes with this success and growth. So we can be stubborn to our own growth at times, right? We're having a human experience. And I do sense that there's a fresh start. Now that you have clarity, you know the role that you've played in a situation. You know the role that the other person played. And I feel like there's a deep spiritual understanding that maybe you felt like you didn't have access to in the past. So let's see what's showing up in the past and how it may still be coming into your present. What do we have in the recent past, please? Recent past for Scorpio when it comes to love and family. Eight of Pentacles. You wanted to work on a situation, a relationship, or this could be personal development. Now, I am feeling that there could have been a drifting apart, whether it's with a partner you're with or with a parent or a family member, a friend. Again, I feel something drifted, but there is an understanding, maybe understanding that this person has their own life and they're taking care of children and they have their own job. But I feel like some sort of mutual understanding has come into the play here, come into effect. You're putting in the dedicated effort to yourself to raise those vibrations, to manifest what it is that you want. So kudos to you, Scorpio. This is powerful. Someone has hit a new level of emotional maturity, right? And some of you are saying, well, Melissa, I'm 56 years old. I'm emotionally mature. I can tell you that sometimes you can be 96 years old and still not have that emotional capacity, right? Because we're stubborn and the ego tells us at times that we must continue to struggle. And so I feel here that you've learned a very beautiful lesson. It could be early on. I mean, it could be something you've learned ahead of the game, or maybe it's taken a little bit longer, but you have here succeeded in this area of your life, even if it doesn't feel that way at times. I also get here, some of you may have grown up in a very religious background or a very strict background, and you've had to fight your way through to what you believed based on what was put upon you to believe. Okay, please take that as it resonates. It's not going to resonate with each and every one of you, but that came up here. Let's get to the juicy good stuff. Let's see what you're manifesting. What's coming into the headspace for you, Scorpio? What is on your mind? What are you wanting to create and bring to fruition here? You want to reach out. We all do, right? We are souls having a human experience that crave belonging, that crave connection, that crave companionship. But sometimes we go it alone, or we've had to be independent from, it seems like, day one, right? And sometimes that can be a belief that hinders our growth and our success. We say, no, I don't need help. No, I don't need a partner. No, I don't need all this, soul tribe, friendships, communities. But deep down, we crave that. And this is all about you bringing in your soul tribe. This is about you attracting a soulmate. This can be about you bridging the gap if you're in a relationship that doesn't feel strong or supported. You're finding ways to reach out and shift the dynamic, shift the energy. And if some of you are on that Libran cusp, you may want to check out that reading as well, because I'm getting the same vibe of the title of that reading, which I believe is if you keep doing what you've done, you're going to get what you've always got. So I do feel for a lot of you, you're shifting your vibration because you're magnified this month, Scorpio. This is a powerful month for you. I love this. June is going to look really great as long as you choose, right? Choose through free will. Choose to do something differently. Take this fresh start. It's being offered to you right here. We can either choose to live in shame, humiliation, the flip side, the bottom side of the Six of Wands, or we can succeed. We can attract what it is that we want and have these lasting commitments, which I feel is what you're manifesting. Let's take a look at the near future. What's coming into the near future here for Scorpio? There it is. I love it. A second chance. You're taking it. This is a second chance to grow and to evolve. Now, it doesn't mean there's a second chance coming back in with an ex, unless this is your energy and that resonates. I get so many, sometimes people say, Melissa, I don't want that person. It's okay. We're just reading the energy here. The energy is of a second chance. It could be a second chance to open your heart. It could be a second chance to reconnect with that family member that you had a falling out with. It could just be a second chance for you to do something differently this time around. This is the Judgment card. No more judging yourself. No more judging others, right? When we judge, it lowers our frequency. It's time to blossom. When you can really, truly blossom, that's what changes your life for the better, Scorpio. This is your purpose, your calling, right? This is your soul, your higher self saying, ring, ring, pick up, Scorpio. It's time for you to blossom and come out of your shell. The Judgment card is about an awakening. It is a rite of passage. You must learn to forgive. Forgive yourself, forgive others, forgive the pain, forgive maybe your parents, forgive situations that didn't turn out exactly the way that you thought. Because when we live in that energy of shame, bitterness, resentment, denial even, it can hold us hostage from manifesting what we truly desire. You're saying no more. You're saying yes to this fresh start. I like this. I like this for you. Let's take a look and see how you're feeling. This is all about you, Scorpio. What's going on with your energy? I mean, you certainly could have a fresh start with someone around you. It could be a lover, right? Just take it as it resonates for you. All right, you're strengthening the bonds. Beautiful clarification. You want to strengthen the bonds that are worth strengthening. If both of you are ready to put in the effort and not give up on each other, and you know that this is a bond that goes through the challenges, goes through the ups and downs, or for those of you that you're bringing in a brand new relationship, this could be a relationship that strengthens as you move forward, right? It's one that can bring about a lasting commitment because you want to attract this new beginning. You want to bring those dreams down to earth, make it a reality with this Eight of Pentacles. This is a very fortuitous card when it comes to your home life. This comes to new beginnings, right? So I love to see this showing up for you. And what are you walking towards? You're walking right towards that sun. Beautiful. I love this for you. All right, let's take a look here at your environment. What's going on in the world around you? What's going on around you? Thank you, Spirit. What do we have for Scorpio? Love abounds, double ace energy. See, you have new beginnings. You have second chance, and it starts because you're reaching out. You're not closing yourself off. You're not holding your heart hostage, right? You're not saying, heart, I don't want you to get hurt. Therefore, I'm going to put you on lockdown. I hope you don't mind. Heck yes, your heart minds. Your heart doesn't want to be on lockdown when really it's going to be banging on those cages to be let out. And that can show up in many different forms, but you want to reach out here. You want to attract friendship, soul tribe. There is this energy of possibly, and I see this happen so often because we've been conditioned to believe that we can't make the first move, right? We have to wait for them to come to us. Or there's rules nowadays, right? There's rules that after a first date, you don't be too needy. You got to wait for a certain amount of time. We see this in the movies. We see this happening where if someone doesn't respond right away, we take it personally. There's so much of that going on. Just go with the flow. If you want to do something, do it, right? Don't let it go through the lens of, I need to wait a certain amount of days, or this person saw my message, but they didn't respond. Therefore, they don't love me. They're not thinking about me, right? That's overthinking, overanalyzing, and that's putting an illusion on something that doesn't even exist, right? Like they say, creating a molehill out of an anthill, or not even something that was even a hill at all, but we're the ones that created into that. This is about you reaching out and doing, what feels right for you, right? This is if you want to make that first move or make that first call, even if that person was in the wrong and they need to apologize, but you know that there's still love there. This can say, go for it. Don't let the ego come in and block what truly means to shine. For those of you that are single, and there may be fear of, or a limiting belief that this person isn't going to be who I thought they were going to be, or maybe this person does all of these things. Let's not judge. Let's not criticize. Let's just go with the flow and get to know a person, because sometimes people are so nervous on that first date. Sometimes they don't know how to open up. Sometimes they try to try to be the best version of themselves, and it comes off as complete awkwardness, right? Who's had 1,050,000 first awkward dates, right? So this is about love abounding, new relationships, new love connections. It's about overflowing emotions. It's all about relationships. And I feel for a lot of you, this is a soul quenching renewal, whether it is focusing so deeply on self-love, filling your own cup and strengthening the relationship with self this month, taking care of you first and foremost, or whether it is attracting external relationships to your world. It doesn't matter. Neither one of them. I was going to say neither one is better than the other, but we first and foremost need to make sure that relationship with ourselves is strong so we can attract that mirrored energy to us, right? Love abounds, and love is all around. New beginnings here, double energy. This is a beautiful read so far. A lot of positive movement coming in for you, Scorpio. Let's take a look at your hopes and fears. What are your hopes and what are your fears? What do we have for Scorpio, please? June 2023. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Okay. Someone around you, someone you may meet, they may work on a boat. They're showing me fishing as well. So someone may, this could be symbolic for catching how they say many fish in the sea. Someone may finally catch their fish, right? But it could also be physical. Someone may be a fisherman, or someone may love to fish, or perhaps you have a loved one that's in spirit that is cheering you on, that used to be a fisherman, or even because they're showing me one of those fisherman hats that have like like a hook in it, or have some sort of fisherman device on the hat. Please take that as it resonates. I haven't seen one of those in years. Now, the fears here is the Five of Wands. The fear is the market is so saturated with people who just don't get me. They're no good. They're lazy. We don't have anything in common, right? Or there's not enough fish in the sea. Right? This energy here of the Five of Wands is about different opinions. It's about debate, right? Competition. There's the word I'm trying to find. Competition. What if it's just so heavily out there? For others of you, if you're in a relationship, you don't want to have these struggles and these challenging times with your partner. Who does? But we grow, and that offers us opportunities for expansion and evolution. Not to put up our shield and not to be vulnerable and to close our heart up. Remember what I said, the heart wants to get out of that cage. It doesn't want to stay hostage or prisoner just to feel protected, even though the ego may say, stay in that cage, right? No, you don't have to wear this shield always. There's a difference between healthy boundaries, but there's also a difference between being vulnerable. And vulnerability is our greatest strength. Vulnerability gets such a bad rap. I must not be vulnerable. I can't let down my guard. This person can't see me for who I truly am, or they won't like me, right? Those are just illusions, Scorpio. The hope here is that you can work together. The hope here with the Five of Wands is that you can release criticism, competitiveness, and work together to create the type of relationship that is going to withstand the test of time, for better or for worse here. So definitely, I like that this is showing up. It's the only card that is a little more challenging really in your whole reading, and it's showing up in the hopes and fears. So again, don't create a molehill out of an anthill or a hill that doesn't even exist, right? Sometimes it's our own worst enemy is our minds. It's our own stories that we weave and we tell ourselves that don't even exist. The universe is abundant, right? Yes, relationships may not take the shape or form that they once did, right? But this doesn't mean that you have to be isolated, singled out, lonely, or never attract a soulmate into your world, right? If that is truly what your soul wants and it's part of your human experience, that's what you're going to attract. But it's up to us when we want to attract that based on the energy we're putting out there, right? So you have what it takes here. You can overcome challenging times. You don't have to manifest them or fear them, because you can deal with them when the time comes. because it's inevitable to have those challenging times, those ups and downs, but it's how we deal with them and how long we want to be in that energy that makes all the difference. All right, Scorpio, let's take a look at your final outcome. What's the final outcome in matters of the heart for June 2023? Final outcome, please, for Scorpio. Thank you. We have the Three of Swords. Three of Swords. I like that this is coming up, and let me tell you why. Because in this picture, you can choose sadness and isolation, right? You can hole yourself up in that ball. And we don't want to do that, right? Like I said, that heart doesn't want to be caged, but that's where that person is right there. He's in the fetal position. He's been heartbroken. He feels sadness, maybe even isolation, right? Lonely. There's been some negativity. There's been some heartache and pain. But I feel what you're choosing to do is you're choosing to evolve from that pain. Look at him. He's taking a leap, but he has a choice. And that's what the reminder is. This is what tarot is for, not to predict Three of Swords and be doom and gloom. It's to offer you the opportunity to shift your energy, to create a life that's more fulfilling. Really it is. It's not set in stone here. It is a guide, a map, if you will. And the Three of Swords is saying here that you can heal, right? Through forgiveness, by healing, by looking at some of the situations, by taking a look at, yes, there's been some deep shadows, there's been some wounds, but do we have to let that define us moving into the future? Because like I said, if you continue doing what you did, you're going to get what you got. There's fresh starts here. There's an opportunity for you to reach out. It's up to you whether you want to take that, right? The Three of Swords showing up, I feel like you can choose to be in this fetal position or you can choose to shine. This is the same person. It's just two different energies, and that's what the message is, and that's why this is your final outcome. I feel because this is your final outcome, Three of Swords energy, pay attention to your intuition. If your intuition feels off, not feels off, but if your intuition is telling you something is off about a person, trust it, right? If your intuition is feeling a little bit conflicted because of pain, because of experience, if you feel like your intuition is saying, don't do that, hold your heart up, you're going to get hurt again, that's not your intuition. Your intuition is here to bring unconditional love. The ego, the fear-based energies, the heartache, the trauma is what is saying, hold yourself up, don't reach out, right? Trust in what your intuition is leading you to do at this time. So many times people ask me, well, Melissa, how do I know if that's my intuition or if it's just, a situation from the past that's triggering me? Because that intuitive insight is going to be about growth opportunities and unconditional love. It's going to be your biggest cheerleader. It's going to help you navigate through difficulties. And yes, it can bring you the warning signals, right? The radar here for you to reach out. And if you have it, this is the month you have it here with this High Priestess. So trust in those feelings here. Trust that rejection is protection, and trust that you don't have to be in this sadness and isolation, because I feel like there's new opportunities coming in that are going to withstand the test of time. I want to clarify, we're going to pull a card here for the Three of Swords showing up because no one loves to see the Three of Swords as the outcome. But I actually like this specific card because, like I said, it has a great story there. It looks like a great energy of this or that. Do we want to choose to stay or choose to move on? The choice is ours, right? I'm not here to tell you what you should or can or cannot do. This is your energy. This is your frequency. This is your life, Scorpio. Let's take a look here and clarify the Three of Swords. Spirit, tell me about the Three of Swords, please, as the final outcome for Scorpio. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. This is about action, taking the risk here. Now, I also sense, because you have this Knight of Wands, it can be it can be a relationship that if it's not committal, if someone isn't willing to commit, but yet you're the one putting in the effort, you may decide, that could be painful. That you may decide that that's not necessarily where you want to be. And that could be stressing you out at times, and it could be bringing about challenges. But I do sense here it's important to move forward. Commit to yourself at this time. If that's the case and someone's not willing to commit, then just dedicate this beautiful time and energy and effort towards raising your frequencies so you can attract the person that you truly desire. Now, some of you are saying, well, Melissa, I've already reached that level. Why am I still attracting non-committal people? I'm getting here that some of you may still have some pain from the past from a person who has hurt you with the Three of Swords. I want to get one more card here just to clarify. Three of Swords and Knight of Wands, because someone may have just toyed with your heart a little bit, and that could still be a tie. It could be a cord or something that's tethered to your future success of moving on. Let's take a look. Let's clarify. Knight of Wands, Three of Swords. Thank you, Spirit. Yep. Giving lots, but not getting anything in return. So you putting out the energy and not receiving it. So if that's the case, your intuition may be telling you that you need to focus on unconditional self-love, right? It can be, I feel like some of you have tried to work on getting through to someone, but as I've said a million times, you've probably heard me say, oversaid it. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Maybe it's a family member. Maybe you've just been going round and round and round with the family member. You want the best for them. You want to reach out, but I feel someone may be a little bit stubborn in their thinking, or narrow-minded, or old school, right? Old school in their thinking here. However, I see a fresh start here. Nonetheless, a fresh start, Scorpio, that's going to help you move forward towards these lasting commitments with not just yourself doing what is best for you, but attracting relationships that are reciprocal, that are based on equal give and take, because that's what you truly seek and want. All right, Scorpio, let's get a message from the wisdom of the Oracle. I will read to you the relationship message from the guidebook. What do we have for Scorpio, please? All right, Scorpio, we have here loyal heart. Beautiful. You have the lasting commitment with the knotted rope, and you have the loyal heart. This is you staying true to your heart as well. It's card 35. Some of you may be 35 years old, or you may be born on the 3rd, the 5th, or the 8th. Let's take a look here. 35. Now, this is all about fidelity, loyalty, and devotion. I'm going to read not just the relationship message, but the protection as well, because some of you are still working on choosing what direction to go. Your partnerships, friends, and romantic relationships all have many qualities in common right now. Honest devotion, faithfulness, and a loyal heart are being shown to you. Are you loyal in return? Now is the time for heartfelt commitments and trusting in divine protection. And we said that earlier as well. And the protection message is this. Are you stubborn or overly tenacious about an idea? Or have you become so attached to something that you just don't know how to let it go? Could it be that it's become so much a part of you that you wouldn't know who you are without it? Now is the time to look at outdated beliefs, old ideas, and misplaced loyalties. Betrayal is only a signal that it is time to prune away all who don't deserve your trust and have no place in your life. Be new, think new, and open your heart to new things. Let go of the old and all your attachments. Spirit has some awesome plans for you, so make room. Beautiful. That clarifies that Three of Swords in a nutshell, right? Yes, it's betrayal, because that can be betrayal, Three of Swords. So betrayal is only a signal that it's time to prune away all of those who don't deserve your trust, right? Even if it's difficult to do, even if we need space or we need to separate ourselves, because it could be draining your energy. It could be draining you mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Be loyal to your heart here. Powerful reading here, Scorpio. I hope this resonates with you. If you like this reading, please hit that thumbs up button. It certainly does help get the divine channel messages out there to those that need it most. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe and bell button. If you're vibing with the energy of the channel, please feel free to do so. Thank you so much for being here, Scorpio, and tuning in. Lots of love.